Okay, this is the first in a series of 4 videos to help you prepare for the final. Just so you're aware, this should not be your only study tool. You should still look at the study guide, your notes, etc. There could be stuff on the there will be stuff on the final that's not necessarily in the videos, so this should not be your only study tool. All right, this first one's about science, units, and graphs. Okay, so first with science. So science is a process of trying to gain information about the world. So if we have a theory, right? So important to note, a theory is not a guess. Very, very different. A theory is not a guess. A theory is a well-tested explanation for something. So that's just to say that it is something where we have a lot of information. If we think we can understand it well and we've tested it a lot, that's what a scientific theory is. Also, we've made a lot of models, right? Models in science. I can't spell. Models help us represent ideas, so they represent things. So they help us clarify our thoughts about something. So when we draw like a model of an atom or something like this, right? This is not what an atom literally looks like, but it helps us clarify the concept. So that we use it to represent ideas. So you should also look at the scientific method and things like that for this part. So next we're going to talk about units. We have a lot of different units that we've talked about, but there's a few ones we want to key in on. So if you have something like a ruler here, to measure length, we use SI units like always. So length is meters, right, which is an M. So that's an important one. Another one is volume. So volume is the amount of space something takes up. So that volume is, there's a few different ways you do it. You could do it milliliters, liters, or cubic centimeters. That's centimeters cubed, like that. The tool we use for volume, or at least one of them, is a graduated cylinder, like so. Graduated cylinders, this one has, I think, milliliters on it. Actually, these are liters. These are liters up the side here. So that's a tool we use for volume. And also, mass is a key one, right? Mass. So mass is the amount of stuff there is. So how much stuff there is. So it's mass, so we use kilograms for this, right? Which is kilograms. So kilo is actually, that's 1,000. So it's 1,000 grams, 1,000 grams. So we use things like digital scales or balances for mass. Also, key one, we have density. So density is the amount of stuff there is per amount of space it takes up. So D equals mass divided by volume, which is M over V. So if you have a lot of mass, big mass, but a small volume like that, you have very high density. But if you have maybe a decent amount of mass, but a huge volume, so it takes up a lot of space, you will only have, you will not have a large density, like so. Okay, last part of this we want to talk about is graphs. So graphs have certain key parts. So we have axes like this. So on this one, the x-axis, this is always the independent variable, right? So this is the independent variable. And then on the y-axis here, we have the dependent variable. Another thing a good graph always has is some sort of title. And then it also has numbers with tick marks like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same kind of thing up here. And the whole point of using graphs is they help us show information and find patterns or trends that we otherwise might not find. So it's about the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable. Okay, that is the first video.